Hey, there we go. Yeah,
Hello.
there we go. We're here. Welcome. We have a new look. We changed things up. I'm Trey. Above me is Emily. And this is the solution. We solve mystery boxes. How are you this week, Emily?
I'm doing well. I am super excited to jump in. Now that I'm kind of like taking this box apart for the first time, I went through
Yeah.
and scanned everything and sent it over. Nifty little presentation for you guys. But now I have everything like splayed out in front of me, and I'm like super excited to dive in.
Awesome. Minor housekeeping notes. We normally have chat down here below me. This is on me. I've been sick. You can probably hear. I'm going to try and not make gross noises all night. But normally we'd have chat below us. I have not fixed that since we've moved our live streaming over to YouTube, which is kind of fun. And we are happy to be here. But we are in watching the chat. I have my chat over here. I think Emily's watching it as well. So feel free to ask questions and things. We'll try and respond as appropriate. And what am I feel like I'm missing. We're here to solve the Hunt a Killer mystery box. We were previously doing Hunt a Killer's Initiation. We finished that last week after a very long hiatus. And we are back this week. We are back this week to start Hunt a Killer's Vindication with box 1. And with that, we gave ourselves a new look because, this isn't the story of Jasper Flowers anymore. So we're going to change it up a little bit. This is somewhat last minute. I hope you guys like it. But, it's an evolving process here on The Solution and The Solution After Dark.
It's lovely.
Yeah, it's a good start.
Yeah.
But with that, you ready to just do this?
Let's do the thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So normally we'll start a new box by just kind of quick going through what we received in the box. And then from there we'll read some of the pieces in the box and start to figure out what some of the puzzles are and all of that stuff. So yeah. Yes. Creepy ending, Jeanette. I agree. Okay, so one note moving to YouTube.
Guys.
Our delay is higher on YouTube, so our responses to you are going to be delayed 7 to 8 seconds. Just heads up on that. I will try and make it smooth, but I should probably have pointed that out when I mentioned chat earlier. Anyway. So let's just start going through this box. What do we got? I think this actually applies to some of this stuff down here, so we're going to move that down.
It does,
But normally you send me the packaging stuff. Don't have the packaging and stuff.
I do actually have it right here. Sorry. It all came in one big old
Nice.
envelope here from Second Chance.
Nice. Second Chance.
Well, not in one big envelope. It was 2 envelopes in the same box. One from Second Chance and one from
Okay.
Kingsley Lawrence, attorney at law.
Yeah, that's the other one I do have. And so I'm guessing Second Chance is our new organization that seems to be associated with Listening Friends of America. I may have read ahead slightly.
Yeah.
Inside the Second Chance envelope, I tried to keep things structured the same way we would have gone through them in the previous show, just to have it just make it a little bit more understandable. But
Cohesive.
yeah. Just we have a format. I want it to be comfortable for you, right? So I tried to keep these things in a similar order, and lo and behold, we have a letter from Felix, our good old friend Felix.
Felix.
Yeah.
Felix is a weird dude.
Yeah, I was surprised to see him pop back up.
I was too.
So that's interesting right off the bat. And then we got a letter from Second Chance. Looks like our Second Chance facilitator, for lack of a better term. Our new Meg.
Our new Meg.
Yeah, new Meg. All right, new Meg.
Yep.
Whatever. And then we got a letter from our new pen pal, who appears to be named... Oh, not Perry. I said Perry earlier, didn't I?
You did.
It seems to be a she. Her name is Penny.
Penny.
I guess I'm jumping to conclusions, but yeah, Penny.
That's a delightful name.
Yeah, I know, right? And then we got a letter from this attorney, which came, I assume, in this here envelope.
Yeah. The letter, and there was a business
Oh,
card.
Penelope Hartwell. Check that out.
Oh,
so her name is
Penny.
probably Penelope.
Yeah.
Penny, Sean, we're renaming your cat to Penny. Anyway,
All right.
bit inside for everybody, but anyway,
Nope.
Penelope. Yeah, so all this came in there.
Also was this gigantic booklet of so many things.
It's a big pile of court documents and filings. So we'll probably actually go through the court documents and filings offline, just because it's a lot, and we're not going to read through all of it for you. That would probably bore everybody in the world to death.
And it would take a significant amount of time.
So we're probably gonna sift through that offline and pull out pieces as we need them and share them with you as we need them.
Yeah. There's just to kind of go through this really quick. It looks like there's a sentencing order on top.
Yeah, we'll read it.
Transcript stuff and.
Yeah, we'll read through it all, and we'll kind of get it. We'll read this sentencing brief and cover letter first, and just to get an idea of where things are at. Did I mention I'm sick? Sorry, my brain is slightly scattered today. But with no further ado, let's read some of these letters and see what the heck's going on. Since last time, Jasper's dead. So he's not out there anymore. But can we wait? Hold on.
Well, we don't really know that though for sure.
Right. Can we talk about the Jasper thing for just a second? Because we didn't there was some shock, and what did we do? We obviously set in motion something in the software, but we have no idea what it is. And there was some dude in a suit, which I'm not done looking into the guy in the suit. I'm going to look into the guy in the suit more. I meant to. It's been a short, hectic, illness-filled week. But, what?
Yeah. Man.
And then he just killed Jasper.
That was... Well, yeah. Do we know for sure that Jasper's 1,000% dead?
There was a lot of death sounds.
There was, but...
death sounds. They cut his throat and blood spilled onto the floor.
Yeah. Jeanette, I kind of think there may be multiple Felixes, because we'll never know which one we're going to get.
Yeah. No, that's true. There was a moment. There was a moment during the last box. I think we thought Felix. What was it? Jasper was a Felix. I think at some point we questioned it. Even
we thought. Yeah, I think we thought. I did anyway. I thought Jasper was facilitating the whole damn thing.
Yeah.
I thought he was everybody.
Yep. And with that,
I don't know.
Let's investigate this first Felix letter.
Yeah.
Which, man, okay. Before I even read this, why is Felix going around the country setting up all of these pen pal programs for a bunch of crazy convicts or mental patients? What are these people? We've never even really established that. We know they're definitely being held in prison somehow. Right?
I don't know.
Maybe
it's a passion project for him. Maybe he was once incarcerated and he just needed a friend, and then he was found innocent because DNA, and then he got out of prison and started this passion project. We don't know his life. We don't know his background.
That is a hell of a Felix theory. All right.
I don't think it's that far-fetched.
Listening friend, I want to take the time to personally thank you for enrolling in our Second Chance program. It is a pet project of mine, you might say. I worked very hard to set in motion the contracts and legislation necessary to make it happen, all for a good cause. Our patients in this program have a very real chance of rejoining society. Your participation demonstrates to your friend that the world is ready to receive her. Your friend's packages will be inspected by our staff to ensure your safety and the safety of our patients. Each friend in the SCP is assigned to one inspector. In the case of your friend, the inspector is Vernon Lee, a sweet man. He will be contacting you with updates regarding your friend and the program, to keep you abreast of all the goings-on. I regret to say that my schedule does not afford me the opportunities to visit specific facilities. We are a large family, and there are many areas that where my attention is required. However, if I do go, I will be sure to give you my personal evaluation of your friend's progress. Until again, Felix.
Until again. I like that.
That is one of the more formal Felix letters we've had in a while, but I guess it's true. He thinks we're a new person.
Yeah. I feel like he was mad. He was just mad at us by the end of last season. He was just so. If he was still a real person, which I wasn't convinced that he was, he had every right to be very disappointed in our shitty detective work.
That's true. There
were like dead bodies that were like out in the woods for a week, and nobody said anything about it. Yeah. Nobody seemed to have a problem with the sheriff just being like,
the sheriff was just like,
I was waiting for him to just take care of it.
We'll let that go. It's okay.
It's so funny to me.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm also going to read... Oh, this is... I thought our facilitator was named Vernon Lee. Who's Maritza Martinez? Different person. Is there? Am I missing a letter from Vernon?
I don't think so.
Can you double check for me real quick?
Yes.
Thank you,
Let
my
me
dude.
grab the.
But I decided while I was reading as Felix that you are Penny. Congratulations. You're our bad guy this year.
Great.
This season.
Okay.
I was the bad guy last season.
Okay, so on the contents bookmark thing,
Wait,
letter from friend.
Hold up. Jeanette. What you talking about? I'm gonna need a little more information because I don't know that we picked up on whatever she's talking about. Did you pick up on what she's talking about? I don't know what she's talking about.
I wonder if the end of his letters are going to spell sending out again in this season. Jeanette.
I don't.
Do you know something we do not know? Do we not know what you are talking about? Go back. Go back to the other slideshow. Yeah.
Yeah, hold on. Reason. We're going to want this one. What? Hang on. I'm sorry. This is a massive sidetrack to everything we were doing for everyone watching that like in the future that is like, what the hell are they talking about? Because they can't see chat. His letters.
That'll glow in the dark.
They did?
What? For real? We super missed that.
Did we miss? Wait, what? What glows in the dark though? Oh my god. I already see it. GL.
What? Oh. Oh my
GLOW. Oh my god. I did notice he had a different salutation every time.
I never noticed any of that shit.
Oh.
That's fantastic. Thank you, Jeanette.
Holy crap. Okay. Well,
that was good, man.
Yeah, that was a good one. I don't know what that means. Do we know? Jeanette, if you know, let us know. Otherwise, we're going to have to figure that out because now I got to know. Oh my God. Okay. All right. Well, now we know that.
Delightful.
Okay. Well, since I'm going to make you the bad guy and you're going to read two in a row. You get to read this one from Martina.
That's fine.
Maritza.
Let's go
Maritza? Is that Maritza? Maritza? Is that right? Maritza?
Maritza.
Maritza? Okay. All right.
Let's go through the contents really quick just to make sure that we're...
Oh, yeah. Just make sure I have all the letters.
Yeah, we should have a letter from our friend. Penny. Yep. We should have a second chance letter. We should have a letter from Felix. We should have a watercolor palette, which I have.
Yep.
We should have the color by number.
Yep.
We should have a pin.
We have that.
And the lawyer's envelope.
Yep, got that.
So, yeah, that's
okay. All right. So we did not get a letter from this person that Felix sent, told us is our facilitator, right? So let's double check where he said that. In case of your friend, the inspector is Vernon Lee. Wasn't Meg our inspector last time? So like we got letters straight up from Meg last time, who was the inspector. Okay.
Ooh, why don't we check the inspector notes on the website and see if
have not
if it was signed.
Yet.
If it was signed by Vernon or Marisa.
Oh,
well,
I don't have the
she-
instructions for getting to that at the moment. I don't remember how to do it.
That's fine. We can walk through it in a second. But the end of her letter, like her signature is executive admin, head of division. So I wonder if she's just contacting us this time.
Like she's just reaching out for a second or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me. It's on the Listening Friends of America website, right?
Yes.
I'm doing this on the side. You want to read this while I try and figure this out real quick?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay. Dear listening friend, welcome to our big Texas family.
Hold up,
Thank
1
you
second.
for taking part. Oh Lord.
What's the code on the front of the envelope? Because that's what I don't have. I knew I was missing a piece of this.
No, you're fine. So there isn't one on the second chance one.
There should be, right?
Oh shoot! I wonder if I pulled everything out of there and didn't keep.
Shouldn't it have all been like in one, like this was inspected envelope? I feel like the other stuff came in that. Like it came in a Listening Friends of America and it was like inspected MG and then had like a number.
Yeah, I don't think I have it. Which is weird because
these things.
I usually hang on to them.
This thing.
Yeah. I don't think it did.
Is it on the back of the second chance one?
No. It's like unmarked. It's just this. And then...
Huh.
Oh, Isabella says there are inspector notes for this season. Well, then that solves that mystery. It didn't come in that envelope because there.
Then we still don't know anything about Vernon Lee. Good times.
Well, that's all right. We'll figure it out, I'm sure. Thank you, Isabella.
Thank you for getting us back
helpful.
on track there, Isabella. Otherwise, we would have probably sidetracked that forever.
I definitely would have felt really terrible. Like I'm
oh my God, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to, I wasn't trying to make you feel terrible either. Oh my God, I'm sorry.
No,
all right, let's just get back on track.
Okay, so I'm gonna start over. Dear listening friend, welcome to our big Texas family, and thank you for taking part in our Second Chance program. We have many patients in our care at this facility, but each one of them is special. Patients who are part of our Second Chance program, as your friend is, reside in our sunny southern wing, of which I am the executive administrator. We operate a little differently than the rest of the listening friends of an organization. Through contracts with the local government, we are able to intercede in special cases involving defendants who we believe deserve another chance at life. Within our employ, we have several psychologists and lawyers who are able to determine who is a suitable candidate for our program. Your friend was selected through our internal processes as just such a candidate. While your friend is undergoing treatment, they will have access to appellate? I don't know how to pronounce that.
Appellate
counsel. What does that mean?
Like appeals courts. It's like an appeals lawyer.
To review their case. Successful completion of a treatment program will afford them the chance for retrial or acquittal. Your friend's inspector, the LFOA officer in charge of identifying contraband and hazardous materials in your friend's packages, will also be in contact with you. They will keep you up to date on the program as well as offer you another point of view through which you may better understand your new friend. The rest of our operations are very much the same as the rest of LFOA. Once a month, we encourage our patients to write a letter to their designated pen pal and include any supplemental items they choose. It helps them better understand themselves and their troubles. Rest assured, your privacy and safety are among our top concerns. Among our top concerns. Each package you receive from your friend. I know, right? Each package you receive from your friend will be inspected for contraband, and any deliberate attempts to cause you harm will be removed and your friend will be reassigned. In addition, scanners and software will identify keywords in any written correspondence and flag offending documents.
Reassigned? You're just gonna like take the psycho and move them to someone else?
Until they try to kill them, I guess.
Weird. Anyway.
Yeah. Out of consideration for the privacy of our work demands, no one in our safety and privacy assurance office will read anything other than flag documents. The point of telling you this is to encourage you to continue in the program because your participation is crucial to your friend's recovery and rehabilitation. The act of letter writing has been shown to increase empathy and healthy reflection. Through these letters and our inpatient treatments, we facilitate healing and ultimately a path for redemption and re-entry into society. Again, thank you for joining our family and our quest for healing and redemption. You are a light in the dark, a vision of what the world can be. Listen well, and your friend believes in you. Sincerely, Maritza Martinez, Executive Admin, blah, blah.
Okay. So Maritza is Vernon's boss. Is that where we're at on this?
Currently so.
All right.
I think so.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. So, next up, we have this letter from what appears to be Penny herself. If you would like to do this
hang on.
as well.
I'm wet my whistle here.
If you want me to.
It's a lot of talking.
Yeah. I can do this one if you want me to. But
yeah, well, no, that's all right. I can do it.
all right.
Okay. Penny says, "Hi, pen pal."
Hey.
Penny the pen pal. They tell me that you're not just a pen pal and that you're some kind of special friend. Well, I hope that's true. Seems like you can't be much of a friend to me if I'm in here and you're out there and these walls stay between us. But that's what they say, and I guess I'm supposed to believe them. What else can I do? Allow me to introduce myself, special friend. My name is Penelope Hartwell, and I am about 6 months from over.
Okay, that's odd. All right.
Yep.
Weird sentence.
All right.
Got it.
It took me a second to figure out if I said that right, but I did. Okay.
Weird sentence. Got it.
I like it's like the title of a book.
Quick question: is there anything on the back of this paper?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Nope. All right. You may have heard about me. I was in the news a while back, and lots of what you might have heard, I can tell you, is a flat-out lie. I ain't never been a mean spirit, never harmed a flea. I used to feel guilty up and down if I stepped on an anthill when I was a child. My daddy said I was too sensitive, too delicate. I don't believe that being one entails being the other. So I said 6 months. That's how long the powers that be have to rehabilitate me. That's right, they think I'm crazy and a killer. Maybe you're inclined to believe them. I'm not crazy, special friend. I already said I'm no killer. What they say I did, I didn't do. What they say I am, I'm not. Meanwhile, they've set me up with my appeals attorney, Kingsley. He's an alright guy, I guess. Even if he is a little smarmy. While I'm in here waiting for my second chance or whatever, I get to vent to you. Well, ain't it just your lucky day? I'm guessing they'll be checking my letters, making sure I don't do anything stupid. They've already got a guard on duty at this room. All the computers in one room. Means all the patients type away in one room. Some of them seem alright. There's one fellow who's been checking me out since I got here. He introduced himself as 7166, but said I should call him Sven for short. Seems a little off, bless his heart. I'll also send you some of the papers my new Kingsley gave me. Don't worry, I'm keeping copies for myself. It's not every paper, of course. There's a limit on how many copies we can make. Logistics, I guess. But with what I'm sending you, I think you can see the evidence was misconstrued and I'm the victim here. I'm the one who lost my family. It was all so fast. I heard the first shot from my studio out back. I ran into the house to Kenny's study and stopped dead in the doorway. Right there on the other side of the threshold was our son, poor little Gregory. The gun must have gone off when his daddy was cleaning. I looked through tears at Kenny and he was lifting his gun to his head. I was terrified. That moment, can you imagine? I had just lost my son and I was about to lose my husband. I ran over to him to try to grab it out of his hands, but Kenny was possessed. He had some kind of devil in his eyes. Some kind of sad, hopeless devil, tempting him to end it all. We struggled for a second before he pulled the trigger and I was left alone. God damn.
Look at OBS.
That was more... What's that?
Look up. I found a thing. I already found a thing.
Where'd you find that?
Google. as soon as she was like, you probably heard about what I did, I was like, well, it's probably searchable. So yeah, there's a bunch of stuff here.
Okay, let me finish this up and then we'll get into some kind of nonsense. That was more than any woman should have to go through, more than any person, and I still had to go through that awful court mess, and now I'm here. I still haven't really had time to grieve properly. Maybe I can get everything cleared up so I can get back to it, get out of here, and put everything behind me. Maybe one day I'll be able to take a trip to see I can't pronounce the name of this damn museum.
Sorry, I don't know where you're at. I'm very
The
sorry.
very bottom.
Maybe one day I'll make a trip to see the
Louvre. The Louvre.
Oh, it's probably the Louvre. In France? Yeah, the Louvre.
Yeah. I've always heard pretentious people say it with a French accent, and I can't do that.
Yeah, it's got an R in it. It's very confusing. Yeah, just go with Louvre. Yeah, Louvre.
Okay. That won't happen as long as I stay in here, painting watercolors and whatnot for art therapy. The way I understand it, I got 6 months to prove to them the simple truth of what happened. Make them see that who I am. I ain't a killer, and I don't belong in a crazy house. I'm not sure what exactly happens if I can't do that. Sven said something about Alaska. Who can say? You know what? I think that you can help somehow. I'm hoping you can understand my story, the truth, and help influence their decision upstairs. I'll ask around and see if I can find out a little more about how this place works. It's funny, but after writing this letter, I think I do feel a little bit better. Thanks. Truly, Penny. And then at the very bottom, we have this document was created and printed by logged in patient 12279 from a supervised workstation in a secure location.
Okay.
That was a lot of words.
It was a lot of words.
If you don't like the tone of my voice, I'm very sorry for the last 10 minutes.
We definitely found some stuff related to her story. I know that because, I am guessing that, they didn't make up this based on reality. And so we have this.
That's cool.
Which, what does that do? Oh, it's just the heading. So in memories, there's some conversation that starts to happen in this weird thing. And then down at the bottom, it says comments have been disabled due to repeated disrespectful messages. So we should probably read through all of that. This is actually like a memorial website. And so then there's a bunch of photos here. This one seems slightly out of place. It might be, it's Kenny. Yeah. Way back in the day. Yeah. So there's also this tributes thing. I don't know what this is. I didn't look at this yet. This is something else entirely.
Must be like stories.
Yeah. Is this the same thing? Comes in due to repeated disrespectful messages. Yeah, it's the same thing as like memories, just longer form, I think. So there's that. I didn't really search much deeper than this yet, because there is also a bunch of junk in here too. When you search Penelope Hartwell on Google. So let's give that one more go. I kind of was looking for a news article, obviously like a fake news article, but fake. Fake within the context of the Hunter Killer universe is really what I mean. Because it's not fake. Like someone put a lot of work into writing this and doing this thing, and it's beautiful, and I love it.
It is very good.
Yeah.
It's always very, very good. This is a very good company.
Yeah.
Anybody that's watching, seriously, go buy this shit. It's worth giving them your money. Highly recommended.
This is interesting. I got a white pages return.
Okay.
This can't be real. What is this?
Hi, Mikey.
What up, buddy? Where was she from? Where was she from?
Penny?
Yeah, were they from Brownsville?
No, Haddon, Texas.
Okay. There is an actual Penny Hartwell in Brownsville, Texas. I'm sorry, Penny Hartwell in Brownsville, Texas.
Oh, poor Penny.
Yeah, that is unfortunate.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. Sorry for my slight drink. This might take a little bit more research down the road, but we definitely found this memorial website pretty quickly, so that's cool. Moving forward, We have next in the box this letter from Kingsley Lawrence Esquire, which appears to be the appellate attorney assigned to Penny's case while she is in the Second Chance facility and program. Which, damn, if she's being accused of killing her family, which it appears that is the case, correct?
Yep.
She, well, has already been, I take that back, not even accused, has already been convicted of killing her family. Mm-hmm. They have a mountain to climb there. So, there's that. Oops, wrong slideshow. But we have this letter from the attorney I'm going to go ahead and read now. Dear Mrs. Hartwell, I hope you've been well. Recently, I was contacted about your need for an excellent appeals attorney. Specifically, I have been asked to grant you my services in the case against you by the state of Texas for the death of your husband, Kenneth Hartwell. After researching the issue and based on the conduct of your previous defense attorney, I believe the court had no choice but to conclude that you were not fit to be part of everyday society. But, darling, I am not the run-of-the-mill attorney. I am the best. I will be straightforward with you and explain the facts and my conclusions more thoroughly. Leave it to me, and I'll have you out in no time. Unquestionably, the road ahead of us will be a difficult one. The inconsistencies in your case suggest that there were many mishaps each step of the way. Mishaps which would have been caught by your defense attorney if she were anything of a lawyer like myself. Between this and the dubious appointment of the expert witness, I am certain we have other avenues to pursue. Moving forward from here may seem like an insurmountable obstacle to you, but to me it's just another pebble in my path. My success is your success. Although you were lucky enough to avoid a death sentence, that is simply not enough. The Supercapacity Center is a cage you were never meant for. Together, we are going to look over the facts of your case. The emotional stress you endured will work in our favor. You were obviously distraught over the death of your son, no doubt about that. We will scour over the most minute details in these documents to find anything that can prove your mental fitness and innocence. We will build up such a steadfast case of your mistreatment and the misconduct of the court. They will be pleading for your forgiveness as you walk out the front doors to freedom. They will see the work that I do and know they cannot get away with such a miscarriage of justice. To sum up, I believe that the state of Texas would like you to be held in the Supercapacity Center indefinitely. However, under my close advisement, I have a way of avoiding this expectation. Good fortune has truly smiled upon you today. In order to make this transition as smooth as possible, I have included the relevant documents we will be looking over together. Please take your time with them and read them carefully. I hope you find this helpful, and we will discuss this further soon. Yours truly, Kingsley Lawrence Esquire. P.S. You should be aware that public opinion of you is quite divided right now. No thanks to your sister-in-law. Oh, there's the website, chartwellmemorial.com. We will have to work on changing that. Yep. Yeah, Kingsley does sound like a douche. I'm with you, Mikey. Mm-hmm. Sounds like a big douche. That's why I started to make him sound more douchey as I read the letter.
He also has the most pretentious ass business card I've ever seen in my life.
Oh yeah, we have his business card right here. Boom.
It's like so fancy.
Isn't it? So you sent me a close up of this. It looks like it's like embossed.
It is. It's embossed on both sides, and it's like 1.5 millimeters thick. It's like this hugely, stupidly thick business card that
who
would ever ridiculous. Carry somebody else's. This
we
takes
could email
up more
him.
space than a damn credit card.
King Lala. King Lala.
King Lala. Yeah,
King
Lala.com.
Lala.com. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at that guy.
Oh, what does it say? What's the disclaimer at the bottom? Due to a high-profile case, Kingsley Lawrence will not be accepting new clients at this time. Please send all business inquiries to kingsleyLawrenceLaw@gmail.com.
Oh, man.
Who wants to email Kingsley?
Oh, man. Oh, my gosh. Can I click on it? I can't click
Jeanette,
on it.
did you email him?
Yeah, did you email him, Jeanette? Let me know. Shout out in the comments. I don't want to open my email on the internet, so we'll email him another day.
That's probably smart. Like he says, yep, he's a dude.
All right, hold on. All right, we're doing it. Hold on. I'm emailing him in a side window. Hold on. because I'm not going to open my email on the internet because that's just foolish. I don't know what's in here. I don't trust myself. Compose. No, compose. I clicked compose already.
Oh, she said she did.
Did you get anything back? I mean, I guess don't spoil it if it's cool, but... hello. I'm helping Jeanette. She seems like she might be in trouble. You kind of seem like a jerk. Yeah, her name is actually Penny. That's a good point. Why did I say Jeanette? Jeanette is in our chat.
Jeanette's in the chat.
Hi, Jeanette. You seem like a jerk. Thanks. Send.
Oh, man.
All right.
Okay.
Let's see what we get back from Douche wouldn't take my case.
Lame.
Lame. All right. Yeah. Good thing I didn't open my email. It's like so much stuff in here.
So.
Okay. Well, we'll see what we get back in that later. Fun times. Fun times. Yeah. So Kingsley. We have that. And then, all right, so further down, so we read the letter, and then we got an envelope. We got this whole, like, court case full of documents, which I don't even know that we need to read this at this point. We kind of understand what's going on. She's accused of killing her husband and son. Convicted. I should stop saying accused. I don't know. What side are you on that? Accused or convicted? I don't know. We should read more stuff.
She's been convicted.
Yeah, she's definitely been convicted. Oh, wait, hold on. No. Well, I mean, she was convicted in the case, but not convicted of murder. Read this. So the defendant was tried before this court on blank blank. The jury found the defendant not guilty by reason of insanity.
Sure.
The court reconvened on blank to hear evidence in support of aggravating factors by mitigating factors on blank. The court requested memoranda from both counsel and the state and counsel for the defendant. The memoranda were received from both sides, blank on blank. The court held further sentencing, hearing both sides made further legal argument. The court set final sentencing for this date, blank. This court, having heard evidence presented, blah, 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 aggravating factors. Mm-hmm. The defendant does not accept responsibility for her actions. Okay, so she's claiming she's not guilty. This is evident in the fact that she continues to blame the victim for his own death. She's saying he killed himself, which is what she told us in the letter. Despite the substantial evidence to the contrary, none of the aggravating factors enumerated by this statute are applicable to this case, and this court has not considered them. So the court won't even hear the fact that he killed himself because there's no evidence to it. Nothing except as previously indicated in the paragraph one above was considered in aggravation. I don't know what that means. Mitigating factors. The statutory mitigating factors. The sentence memorandum defense capital felony was committed while the defendant was under the influence of extreme mental or emotional disturbance at the time the murder was committed. Two expert witnesses testified to the penalty of the defendant called by the statement. So wait, are they saying she only killed her husband? So is it very clear that the husband killed the son and she killed the husband? Like, is that what's happening here?
I don't know.
I think we need to read more of the court documents. Good times.
I think we do.
Interesting.
If you do so, find from the evidence that in Oglala County, Texas, on the day of blank, the defendant Penelope Hartwell did then and there knowingly beyond reasonable doubt cause the death of her husband Kenneth Hartwell by shooting him in the head with a revolver. But you believe, based on the expert testimony and evidence presented, that the defendant committed the offense as a result of a mental disease and did. Yeah.
So they don't even mention the kid. So what they're saying is not
in the first couple pages.
Right. So they're saying she was mentally distressed enough that she killed her husband over the death of her son, which is where they get the insanity defense. She claims he killed himself and she saw it happen.
Or she heard it happen.
Which I guess if the son was shot, then gunshot residue would point to the husband having fired the gun, but not necessarily having shot himself.
Yeah. Looking at the rest of this thing, there's like a good giant section of it is,
and they may have the charges filed separately for husband and son. So it may be like halfway through, like get to the charges for the son as like a separate filing. That's entirely probable as well. Okay. All right, we'll sift through that and revisit it some other time when it's not a stream. I think we've talked about the interesting part of those documents at this point.
Yeah, I think so too.
So then what else was in the box here? We had this paint by numbers. I'm assuming Penny sent this to us. And we got these lovely paints. We did not use the paints in our paint by number. Sorry, Hunt a Killer. Just because paints are messy and, we used colored pencils. And we got this fun pin. I think
Second
the pin.
chance.
Yeah, second chance.
Second chance, buddy.
But let's go back to this paint by number. So on the paint number, sorry, I'm checking time. We're good on time. Seems like it would be in the autopsy report if there was gunshot residue. Good point, Jeanette. We will read this. But yeah, it is interesting that I mean, like I said, maybe it's separate charges halfway through the document, and like Jeanette probably has already read it, so she can tell us. But like, it seems odd that there's no charges for the murder of her son in this. Like, so just for like our clarity, like I'm trying to understand. Was she?
I mean, that
just
might
tell
have
us
been
actually.
a
Was she
different.
simply like convicted of like? Was it simply about her husband, or was it about her son and her husband? Because both of them are dead, and somehow the son died. So,
They are, but I wonder if it was like separate trials.
that could be too. But I mean, if she was convicted, like of murdering her
Ambiguity
son,
surrounding
yeah, maybe
husband's death, and maybe there was far less ambiguity surrounding her son's death.
I also feel like if she found her husband killing her, maybe I don't know. Like, why wouldn't they just be like, oh shit, yeah, okay, you found him killing your son, so you killed him? Like, okay, great.
I mean,
Your lips are, of course, the son's still alive. She's gonna run away with him anyway. Movie twist. All right, so we have this sweet paint by number. Emily did this. My version is undone, so you can see what was here. But yeah, so some of the numbers were changed, which is interesting, right? Which means that we're getting a different image than what we were sent. And so, excuse me. And so when we look
we're getting
at
a different image than
what was intended.
what was originally printed on the
Right, when what was intended. And so the colors were really simple, and let's just fast forward magically. What did we get, Emily? Oh, yeah. Well, it's palm trees on an island that say "Help me."
Yep.
So, is when you go through them. Okay, all right. Well, that's honestly my next suggestion, Jeanette, is that we go through the memorial and get a little bit more context for what's happening here. Yeah?
I like that. Let's do that. Do it.
Let's do it. So all right. Just to recap on this, Penny sent us this this paint by number and changed it so that the words "help me" are spelled out in it. So clearly she's looking for us to help her prove her innocence in this matter. A little gun shy after Jasper, not gonna lie. Don't believe she's innocent off the bat. Just saying. Like,
I don't disagree.
okay. just throwing that out there. But let's take a look at this memorial, right? So
yeah.
Yeah, let's just talk about let's I don't think it's really I don't think this part really gives us anything. This kind of just this is just an obituary. It talks about both of them and their lives, what they liked, what they loved, what they didn't like,
let's
what they
read
didn't love. I just don't think it's given time crunch we're under. I just don't think it's relevant to what we're trying to uncover at the moment, which is what the hell happened. Sure. So let's jump to memories and see if that helps. So the first one, our thoughts and prayers go out to family. Common, stay strong, Angela. Who's Angela? Kenny and little baby Gregory will be waiting for you to meet our Savior's heavenly, for you to meet them in our Savior's heavenly kingdom. So, okay, they're dead. Who's Angela? It's such a terrible tragedy. We're keeping your family in our thoughts, Angela. I will always remember summers on the Gulf with you, Kenny, and your parents. Such happy times. Much love, Edward's family. Okay. Wow, Angie.
Oh, okay.
I know he's your brother and everything, but anyone who could kill you accidentally doesn't deserve your sympathy. I thought I knew you, but I guess not. Okay, so Angela is Kenny's brother. Killing your child is unforgivable,
Yeah,
and I hope Kenneth Hartwell is burning in hell for what he does. Rest in peace, little Gregory. You deserve better. All right, so this person, Norma, says Kenneth killed Gregory.
Mm-hmm.
I know he's your brother and everything, but anyone who killed her. Okay, so there's some claim that he killed the child accidentally. I missed that in the last one. Okay. Your forgiveness is an admirable virtue, Angela. I know that wherever they are, Kenny and Gregory are sending you their love. Okay. Kenny, I always looked up to you in high school. You really had it all, man. Perfect family, perfect star athlete, perfect girlfriend, perfect everything. Guess it goes to show you never can tell what's going on inside someone. You know? We miss you, man. Rip forever. All right, Dwayne. Too much bro, Dwayne.
Okay, Dwayne.
Dear Gregory, we are all very sad that you are gone. You were always quiet in class, but we liked how you knew the names for all the different animals and how you could swing really high on the swings. We miss you and promise to always remember you. Love, Mrs. Rodriguez's 4th grade class. Now that's just precious.
That's heartbreaking.
Praying for you, Angela. Send your best wishes. Send our best wishes to your parents. Please let me or Barb know if you or your folks need anything. Cousin Kenny, you're a legend in our household. You were the one me and Charlene, Nikki, and little Tommy all had to live up to. We would always hear your cousin Kenny hit a home run, or your cousin Kenny was named MVP, or your cousin Kenny is getting married to the prettiest girl in town. People say that to each other. And we knew you were out there doing our family proud. You will be missed, cuz. Much love, your San Antonio cousins. I can't believe they're gone. What an awful accident. I'm so sorry for the whole Hartwell family. Such a shame, Kenny dear. How will you ever join Gregory and the rest of your family in heaven? I know your little boy would have forgiven you in the afterlife, all right? So Carol Ann definitely thinks. Okay. Penny Hartwell did everyone a favor by taking Kenny out. If you kill your own kid, that's the least you deserve. If my husband killed one of our children, you better believe I'd do the same. Only I'd let him suffer longer.
God bless.
God bless.
Jesus. Yeah.
Whoa.
So
this page is a memorial for my beloved brother and nephew, who were both taken from us too soon. Positive reminiscence and comments are welcome, but if you think you understand better than we do what happened that day, just do our family a favor and keep your hurtful opinions to yourself so we can grieve and process in peace. All right. Wow. I have theory.
yes.
Let's do the tributes real fast. There's only 3 or 4 of these, I think. Okay. These are actually from. Oh, no. Okay. Let's read the ones from the Hartwells and skip these other people for a minute. Tribute from Donna Hartwell. Kenny was always a happy child, eager to please and friendly to everyone he met. He was quite a little charmer as a boy. All his babysitters and teachers just adored him, and he had more friends than his daddy and I could keep track of. Such a sweet boy. He grew into such a fine young man. And Gregory, he was so different from his daddy, but just as sweet. Such a clever, thoughtful child. I just can't believe they're gone. My darling boys. Interesting. Okay. So, here's a tribute from Angela Hartwell. I have a feeling we're about to get what Angela thinks happened here. Gregory's death was not accidental, and I refuse to believe that my brother's responsible for his death. Kenny is not to blame. He is a victim too. I realize this is a controversial opinion, but that doesn't make it any less true. I don't care what that woman claims. I don't care what the expert witness at her trial said or what the judge decided. I know my brother, and I know he would never do what everyone believes he did. First of all, I refuse to believe Kenny killed himself. He wasn't the type to do that, no matter what he'd done. He had no history of mental illness and had never been depressed a single day in his life. I don't care how much emotional distress someone is in. You don't just flip a switch and decide to kill yourself. If Kenny did shoot Gregory by accident, he would have owned up to it and faced the consequences because he was a good and decent guy. But the fact of the matter is my brother couldn't have killed Gregory. I know he could be reckless about some things, but he just wasn't capable of hurting someone, even accidentally. That's why it's called
That's
an
not how
accident.
accidents
Yeah. He loved that boy so much and always looked out for him. He had grown up so much since Gregory was born, and he was really making an effort to step up and be responsible. And he wasn't really wasn't really a negligent gun owner. They made it sound like he was drunk and out of his mind, but he wasn't like that. Not anymore. Not around Gregory. From the moment that woman started claiming Kenny shot his own son, I knew she was lying. There's just no way it could have happened that way. That woman never cared about her family. She didn't love my brother. She just wanted his money. She always treated Gregory as if he was a burden to her. I think she got tired of them, so she decided to get rid of them both. I don't care how long it takes me, but I'm going to prove it. I don't care what people think of me for defending him either. It is criminal that this cold-blooded killer will be rehabilitated and released. It's unjust and disrespectful to my brother and nephew to allow her to walk free. I refuse to let it happen. Angela thinks she did it. There doesn't seem to be any dispute that Kenny, either by accident or on purpose, killed Gregory.
Mm-hmm.
Other than what Angela just claiming he doesn't accidentally hurt people, which is just nonsense. I'm not willing to buy that. Like, accidents happen.
Yeah.
However, her theory that both of them were killed by Penny is also not unrealistic, right?
Yeah. Well, and in Penny's letter, she says that she thinks, I ran into the house to Kenny's study and stopped dead in the doorway. Right there on the other side of the threshold was our son, poor little Gregory. The gun must have gone off when his daddy was cleaning. I looked through tears at Kenny, who was lifting the gun to his.
So she says the whole thing was an accident and Kenny decided to shoot himself.
She thinks that, Kenny was cleaning his gun. The gun went off. Gregory died. Kenny realized what he had done and shot himself in the head as she walked in.
Okay. All right.
Let's look at what else is there? Is there
left on this site? Just the obituary, basically. Well, I guess there was 2 more tributes we didn't really read.
Let's take a look just
from
to make
Wayne
sure we're not missing
Theobald,
something.
from Wayne Theobald and Dave Stanfield. Wayne Theobald. I was on the Oligasa. No way. Yeah, I'm kind of with you, Mikey. There's like holes on both sides of the story, right? There's holes for people that like say she murdered everybody, and there's holes for like, yeah, thank you, Mikey. And there's holes for people who say that it was an accident and Kenny killed himself. Like, there's holes all around it. Like, I get it. Shit. Okay. Anyway, Wayne Theobald. I was on the Olgasa high baseball team with Kenny, and he was a star. Really talented on the field. Just an all-around great guy. He was very popular at school, but he never let that go to his head, the way some guys did. One of the most friendliest in town, down-to-earth people you could ever meet. Man, why am I? Because I'm sick. Southern accents next week, folks. This is all in Texas. I worked with Kenny Hartwell I worked with Kenny at Hartwell Motors for just about my whole career. He could sell anything to anyone. And he always said the reason he was so successful was because he cared about.
What?
He cared about giving people what they want. Rest in peace, Ken Dog. You were best. There was nothing useful in them, other than telling us he worked at a car lot.
Sure. Okay.
Sorry, my brain is starting to scramble up a little bit.
Very good. Mikey, I don't yet know what kind of gun.
I'm sure that's in the court documents. It's probably in. I'm guessing there's a bunch of like evidence information and stuff in there.
I'm looking through them right now, but I don't see anything that's immediately obvious.
Once I have my hands on a PDF of that, I will go through it myself and find it. Because I'm with you, Mikey. I have similar questions. I'm kidding.
Smart mouth.
I'm kidding.
Smart mouth. It's 40 fucking pages long.
I don't blame you. I really don't blame you for not photographing it. I agree. It needs to go through a page scanner. I completely agree with your assessment.
I'll do that. I'll do it before the next
and
week.
It's also just not going to be in this slideshow. I already mentioned that. Like, we're not going to put a 40-page document in this like slideshow. Like, that's just
I feel like it would take
It would
the
take up,
better part of
it
a lot of hours to read all this.
yeah,
shit
we
through.
would probably have a whole show of just going through the court documents, which maybe once we get into them, we'll be like, okay. So my intention with the court documents, just so everyone's clear as we start to wrap up this episode, my intention with the court documents is to like recap them, be like, okay, here's some highlights of what we know about this case, and here's why we know this. Like, so we're not going to leave you in the dark on the court documents, but we're definitely not going to like go over them word for word.
Yeah, if we find anything that's like relevant, any specific puzzles or anything that we need to
Yeah,
pull out of here, like we'll
that-
pull that out and show it to you.
About that puzzles. I mean, obviously, like simple puzzle. This thing we solved that says help me.
Yep.
But the letter. I think we got something in here. The weird speech cadence that she had at the end of most paragraphs.
My name is Penelope Hartwell, and I'm about 6 months from over.
What they say.
One entails being the other.
Yeah, what they say. I am not.
What they say I am not, or I'm not.
Maybe it's a poem. Seems a little off. Bless his heart. So bless his heart is a Southern way of saying fuck you.
Yeah. It's like a favorite little insult of mine. It's not even really an insult. It's just like a really condescending pat on the head.
Yeah. I'm the one who lost my family. Well, that sentence made sense. I don't know. It started with that first one when we both were like, what the hell? Like, it was just a weird way
I'm
to...
about 6 months from over, like, makes sense after reading the rest of the letter.
6 months from over what?
She's about 6 months from over. She's got 6 months in this program
From
to prove that she's
over?
rehabilitated.
Oh, like the program is over. That's just confusing.
Well, I mean...
I get it now, but that's confusing. Whatever. All right. I think that's where we're going to leave it this week, friends. Next week, we will come back with any puzzles that we happen to dig out. I don't know that there is any at the moment. Maybe we just dive into box 2 and let everything else uncover itself later.
Possibly. I want to look through these court documents, make sure.
Yeah.
I feel like there's going to be at least one box. If that's really all there is, it feels very light.
No, there's a ton of information here, though. Like, I think this is different than what we did last time. I think it's more about uncovering the truth than it is. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
There's this number
we'll
down
have to see
here.
when we go through this stuff.
There's this number down here, man. All right. So yeah, we're gonna have to like dig a little bit and see what we can find.
Oh, did we go to the Second Chance website? There's a specific page on
No.
LFOA. It's just /Second Chance, all one word.
Listening Friends of America.
.org.
/LFOA or
/Second Chance, yeah.
Oh, check you out. No, we didn't go here.
Okay. Former patients.
Yeah. Well, they rehabilitate people.
Lawrence Law. Look at that. Excuse me.
There's nothing obviously off here. And I don't see like secret marks like the... What's this? They have a Facebook page.
Graphic.
They got the Facebook page. Oh God, nope, can't do that. Just realized this is gonna bring up all my personal Facebook crap.
Oh. Yeah, we can take a look at that later.
Yeah. Interesting.
I find it hilarious that there's like a very dark disclaimer at the bottom of their site.
Yeah. There's nothing.
Don't forget you volunteered for this. If we scare you, you can stop, I guess, but feel bad about it.
Yeah. Yeah. We also still have this. Just as one reminder to the world, we have this spreadsheet we were working on. I'm not throwing this away. This is not over. I think this is still very relevant to the overall thing happening with whatever the hell Listening Friends of America is.
Can you go back to the site?
Yeah.
What's up with the archives?
This is just the LFOA normal navigation. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Second Chance. It's literally just like a landing page for Second Chance. Oh, okay. Then this is just this is the Facebook page for
this LFOA. Is just LFOA. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I think we went through everything. Except for that big giant thing.
Yeah, except for the giant core document.
Um,
So yeah, I don't know if we'll find another puzzle.
Anybody that's done that? Jeanette.
Yeah, Jeanette. Are we missing a puzzle?
I feel like somebody else.
Let us know. Let us know while we're signing
Isabella.
off if we're missing a puzzle. Yeah.
Yeah. Tell me I'm stupid and I totally missed the obvious clue.
But
otherwise, I'm just gonna assume that what we actually need to get through on this box is in this giant packet.
Yeah, very informational. We've learned a lot. I don't fully trust Penelope, but I don't think the truth has been found in this case, one way or the other.
I don't distrust her yet either.
Yeah, I don't know what is true, but the truth has not been found in whatever this case is. That I am very clear about. And with that, friends, we will see you. Whoa.
Yeah, you got to back that train up.
First off, thank you for watching. Follow us in all the places. You can find us on Facebook. We have some pretty great RPG memes and stuff. Yep, that's what I thought. Thank you, Jeanette.
Nice, Jeanette. Thank you.
Follow us on Facebook. We have a bunch of great RPG memes and stuff. Colleen knocks it out of the park there, and she'll also announce whenever we're doing a show. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Turn on the notifications. That's the other way you're going to find out we're doing a show. I'm trying to schedule these in advance, so the events should show up in your subscriber feed. If they don't, whatever.
Thanks, Isabella.
And so then with that, you can find us on Twitter at Attack of Op. That's Attack of OP. And, we do this every Friday. We'll be continuing to do the Second Chance stuff every Friday. And then from there, we're bringing back a Solution After Dark, which is following the Empty Faces boxes. We're coming back with that on Monday. We fell way behind during our massive, stupid hiatus thing. But we're back. We're doing it. And then tomorrow, you can catch me by myself, playing with myself. I'm going to be doing a Pathfinder solo adventure here tomorrow night at, I think, 7? 7. I'm doing it at 7. And yeah. With that,
awesome.
You have anything else, Emily?
No, I think that's it. Yeah, because come see us next week, and
yeah,
we'll go more into detail with all this jazz. I'm sure it'll be great.
Absolutely. And that's it. This was fun. Thanks for everybody who was in the chat. I'll get chat down in the thing tomorrow, so you can be forever immortalized as part of our broadcast.
Oh, look, it's a kitty.
Hi, kitty. All right. And if anyone has any great soup place recommendations in the Detroit metro area, I'm taking them. Thank you. And we'll see you next week. Bye.